Yeah, soldiers, it's your boy Anime States coming to another video, and this is another edition of me reading the fanfic, The Uzumaki Tales: Return of the Whirlpool. This time we'll be reading chapters 16 to 18. Before we begin, shout out to my social medias, they're in the description. If you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any opinions on this video, be it positive or negative, go comment below. Stay tuned for a continuation of What If Kakashi Was in Chia. I believe I'll be doing part 4 soon since it won the poll. And finally, if you have any fanfics you want me to read, be it Naruto, MHA, Pokemon, because I have a bit of an itch for Pokemon fanfics, and of course, something maybe from the ReZero or Reincarnated Slime Pool, comment the name of the fanfic in the comments. Alright, without further ado, we can get right into this. So let's get into Chapter 16, concluding the prelims. Here we go. Chapter 16, concluding the prelims. Neji and Kaori step forward to face each other. Well, I haven't seen a Hyuga in a while. Tell me, are they still so protective of their Byakugan? Or have they loosened up after realizing their mistake? What mistake are you talking about? Neji asked, curious as to how she seemed to be involved in some matter regarding the Hyuga. Begin, Hayate announced, afraid another match would start off with a long discussion. Kaori drew her sword as Neji slipped into his gentle fist stance. Kaori swiped at Neji, only for him to parry it and retaliate with his own attack, which Kaori dodged. Heh, so I guess you really want to know? Kaori said, analyzing Neji's previous attack. Think back, almost 9 years, to the day that we came to your village to accept a peace treaty. Neji's eyes widened. Even the stands had not heard this and was slightly affected. What are you talking about? Neji replied. You don't know? On that night, you damn Hyuga killed my father because of their damn paranoia about someone stealing their Byakugan, Kaori shouted. Neji soon let his shock leave him as he became more focused.
Oh, this is going to get good,
Kurama said to Naruto. What are you talking about?
You can't sense that boy's killing intent. Well, I guess not, since it is being directed at that girl.
Wait, why would Neji want to kill that Kumo ninja? Naruto asked.
I don't know. Just watch and maybe you'll find out.
Kaori felt Neji's killing intent and shuddered a little. What is this? She said. That night. The night that your father was killed, Neji said angrily. You demand the head of the Hyuga clan. However, the person who was killed by your father's action was my father. Your father is just as responsible for my father's death as the head family is. What? Naruto said up in the stands. Hey Hinata, you're a Hyuga. What are they talking about? Hinata sighed, hoping that this would not come up with the presence of Kumo ninja. 9 years ago, when I had just turned free, that was the same day that Kumo had come to Konoha to sign a treaty to end the war that they had been fighting for years. That night, well, Hinata said, they kidnapped me. My father killed the kidnapper, and the Cloud Ninja demanded my father's life or they would renew the war. Neji heard Hinata and directed some of his killing intent towards her as well. Naruto could feel it now. Gaara had been feeling it ever since the match began, and his hunger for death grew even more, especially after being denied Lee. Like I said, the head family decided to use my father instead because he and Hinata's father were identical twins, born only minutes apart, Neji said, emphasizing the head family with a hint of anger mixed in. However, fate has smiled upon me today. While I am not able to kill the men responsible for my father's death, one of their daughters has been chosen to face me, and I shall begin my revenge, Sasuke muttered, everyone now turning to him. I know how he feels, as I am the same way. He wants to kill those responsible for his father's death, the same way I want to kill Itachi for killing my clan. Sasuke had the same type of anger and rage mixed into his voice that Neji had. "What are you talking about, you little punk?" Kaori shouted to Neji. "You damn Hyuga killed my father!" "They may have, but your father made the first move in trying to kidnap a member of the main family," Neji scoffed. "If it wasn't for your village's actions, my father would still be alive, and you would not be destined to die at my hands today." "Why, you little..." Kaori charged at Neji out of rage. Surprisingly, Neji was keeping his cool, despite the conversation that had just taken place. Kaori drew her sword, ready to impale Neji for his insolence. "Kaiten!" Neji called out, sending her flying back into the wall. "That was..." Hinata said, shocked at the move Neji had just used. "What was that?" Ino said, as everyone was also stupefied by Neji's defense. It's the Kaiten, the heavenly spin. It's a Hyuga technique that has belonged to the main family," Hinata said. "Wow, does that mean you can use it, Hinata?" Naruto said excitedly. No, my father has not even tried to teach it to me yet," Hinata replied. "It's because she's a failure," Neji said, stopping his rotation. "Shut up, Neji!" Naruto shouted, trying to defend Hinata. "No one asked you." "I'm just telling the truth," Neji said, facing Kaori, who had just been slammed into the wall, leaving a nice impact crater next to the one Lee had made in the previous match. Neji charged in, seeing the opening, and he landed a few attacks on Kaori's arms and legs as they went numb and she fell to her knees. "What is up with those attacks?" Naruto said. "It's like Neji only touched her and she's already down." It's a gentle fist style," Hinata said. Like Guy in the last match and Lee in Hinata's match, she had found herself as a commentator for this match. All eyes were now on her as she began to turn red and back away. "Gentle fist?" Sakura asked. Yes, it's the style of taijutsu passed down in the Hyuga clan," Hinata explained, taking a deep breath to calm her down. "We inject our own chakra into an opponent's chakra coils. Unlike the taijutsu style that Lee and I use, the Iron Fist, which focuses on dealing external damage and breaking bones, the Gentle Fist focuses on using chakra to attack and destroy an opponent's inner chakra coils," Guy said, returning to the fight as the medics would not allow him to go with Lee. "It may not look impressive, but you'll definitely feel it afterwards." "What do you mean by inner chakra coils?" Sakura asked. "Like veins that carry blood, chakra coils carry chakra throughout your body. These chakra coils are directly integrated into your body's internal organs, such as the heart and brain," Guy explained further. "Wait, how can the Hyuga even do that?" Sakura asked. "It's not like you can see the inner coils of the body." With normal eyes, no," Hinata said. Everyone had already forgotten about their resident Hyuga in the stands as she managed to pull a Shino and disappear from everyone's attention when Guy took over. But I can't see them with the Byakugan." Everyone looked at Hinata's eyes and noticed the swollen veins around them and the outline of her pupil. "Wow, really?" Naruto exclaimed. "You really are amazing." Hinata blushed deeply at this. The Gentle Fist is different than normal attacks in that you release chakra from your palms and inject it directly into your opponent's body, damaging their inner coils, Kakashi explained, realizing that it was now going to be difficult for a bright red Hinata to say anything cohesively. Throughout the chakra network, there are 361 pressure points, or tenketsu, that control the flow of chakra throughout the body. By injecting chakra into these tenketsu, the Gentle Fist allows the Hyuga to temporarily halt the flow of chakra through that point. Because of that, they possess the potential to cut off chakra from parts of your body, making it useless for their opponent to use or mold chakra in certain parts of the body. Am I right, Hinata? Hinata nodded and focused her Byakugan on Kaori, who was still being beamed by Neji. He was going to enjoy this opportunity and prolong it as much as possible. It looks like she has no more chakra flowing into both her arms and legs. "What? Wow," Naruto said.
"Hey, kid,"
Kurama said from inside him, catching the blonde's attention. "What is it? I'm trying to watch the fight," Naruto said to his resident demon.
"Sometime soon, get together with that little vixen you've been talking to. I want to try out something that may allow you to reopen blocked chakra points,"
Kurama said. "Vixen?" Naruto asked, confused at Kurama's terminology.
"Yes, vixen. a female mate. I want you to get together with that Hyuga girl and train her for once or twice, as I want to test something out.
Mate? Naruto shouted, practically fainting inside his head.
Ugh, you're so dense. At times I wonder why I got stuck with you.
Holy moly, Kurama is a Naruhina shipper in this fanfic. Holy moly. Anyways, back to the story. Back in the arena, Neji made a series of strikes, this time hitting Kari directly in the chest as Hinata cringed a little. What is it, Hinata? Sakura said. Those last strikes hit her heart, and the chakra network around it, Hinata started out. What? Then that means he really does mean to kill her, Sakura said. Neji backed away, analyzing the damage done. Kari fell forward onto her hands and knees, coughing up a lot of blood. Soon after, she collapsed. Winner, Neji Hyuga, Hayate said, checking the damage done to Kari. Neji looked up into the sand, saying a rather evil grin towards Hinata, making her step back and fall. Get a medic in here quick. She's going into cardiac arrest. Most of the genin in the stands shuddered at the call from the proctor. A few medics came in and began initial treatment, before taking her away for further attempts at stabilizing her. Neji walked back up the stairs, saying another look to a shaken Hinata. Stop that, Neji, Naruto shouted. Why must you pick on Hinata like that? What has she done to you? It's not what she did, it's what her father did, Neji said, saying the same look to her that he did to Kari before beating her to death. Neji, enough, the guy said, apologizing to Kurenai and Hinata for his student's behavior. Neji just turned and walked away. Most likely, Guy had just saved Hinata from a rogue strike to her chest as well. For the final match, will the two remaining contestants please take the floor, Hayate announced. Tamari and Omoi stepped forward. To say the match was quick and one-sided would be an understatement. Wanting to end it quickly, Tamari opened her fan to the first star and hit Omoi with her Funton Wind Scythe Jutsu. Omoi was unconscious before he even had a chance to attack. Alright, now that the matches are over, will the contestants who have advanced please step forward, Hayate announced, as the joining instructors and Hokage returned to the stage, which had been half destroyed thanks to Lee's weights. The following finalists took the floor. Out of the 200 that started the exam, only 11 had made it to the third round. This was still more than Anko had anticipated, but it was better than the 22 that remained before the preliminary. Congratulations on making it to the third round, the Hokage announced. I guess it's time to start explaining the third round. Orochimaru-sama, Kabuto said, appearing before Orochimaru. The prelims have ended and the third round is set to begin in 1 month. Good. I look forward to those matches, especially Sasuke's, the snake grinned. Orochimaru-sama, regarding Sasuke, Kabuto asked, it appears as if you were going to give his curse mark, but he had no mark. Did Konoha find a way to remove it? No. Orochimaru hissed. My plans hit an unexpected bump, and Sasuke never received my gift. However, it is only a minor setback, and I will have my hands on him soon enough. As I said before, the matches of the main event will be seen by everyone, the Hokage announced. Each of you will fight to represent the strengths of your country, and I would like you to fight with all your reserves. That is why the final event will be held a month from now. What? We're not going to do it now? Naruto asked. No. You could say I'm giving you a month for preparations. Unlike today's battles where you face an unknown opponent, you will know your opponents and you'll be given time to prepare accordingly, the Hokage explained. Use this month to rest and train accordingly. I'd like to dismiss you now, but first we must decide the matchups for the next round. What the hell is this? Naruto shouted impatiently. I've got to train for the next round. Inside this box are numbers, Anko explained. Now each of you will take a number and this will determine the matchups for the next round. Anko passed the box around and everyone selected their numbers. Alright, now read off in order your numbers and I will make the bracket, Ibiki explained. 1, Neji said. 2, Naruto said. 3, Hinata said. 4, Shino read off. 5, Haku read. 6, Yugito said. 7, Sasuke said. 8, Gaara read, glaring over at Sasuke, who returned the same look. 9, Tamari said. 10, Shikamaru yawned. 11, Dosu said. Ibiki fought for a second after writing the numbers and made up the bracket. Here are the first matches. Neji Hyuga versus Naruto Uzumaki. Hinata Hyuga versus Shino Aburame, Haku Yuki versus Yugito Ni, Sasuke Uchiha versus Gaara, Shikamaru Nara versus Dosu, and Tamari will face the winner of the last match. As you can see, there are 3 separate brackets, with each one having its own winner. The final match will consist of all 3 victors facing off in a 3-way match to determine the overall winner. Sasuke was definitely satisfied with this matchup. A month of nothing but training would give him plenty of time to become stronger. Naruto was finally going to be able to pay Neji back for insulting Hinata and maybe even do something about that stick lodged up his ass. Being on the same team, Hinata and Shino quickly made an agreement to respect each other and not hold back in their coming fight. Haku and Yugito were both neutral about their match. They really had nothing to truly prove besides their own abilities. Shikamaru just saw everything as troublesome. Tamari was indifferent, and Dosu wanted to prove to Orochimaru that he wasn't a guinea pig. You are all dismissed now, unless you have any questions, the Hokage announced. I have one, Shikamaru said. Since this is a tournament and there is only one winner, does that mean only one person will be promoted to Chunin? No. Throughout the tournament, there will be judges judging your abilities. It is possible to become a Chunin even if you lose your first match. Likewise, there's a chance that the victor could remain a Genin, the Hokage explained. So there's a possibility that everyone here will become a Chunin, Tamari asked? Yes, the Hokage responded. Although, think of it this way. The more matches you fight, the more chances you have to convince the judges that you have the skills to become Chunin. Thank you for all your efforts in the second exam. You're all dismissed until 1 month from now. Alright, back to the village, Naruto said, arriving at the village after teams were escorted out of the forest. Teams 7, 8, and 10 were walking together. Who wants to get ramen? Jeez, is that all you ever think about, Sakura said? Although she heard her stomach growling and figured some real food for the first time in 5 days would be nice. I have a better idea, Asuma suggested. How about barbecue? Choji quickly became excited. Why don't we enjoy this night together to celebrate the 6 of you who have moved on to the 3rd round, before you all begin your training tomorrow? Everyone liked the idea, except Naruto, who still had ramen on the brain, and then they quickly found themselves at the favorite restaurant of Team 10. Afterwards, the Riki 9 and Haku went their separate ways. Hinata ended up back at the Hyuga compound, and thankfully for her, Neji wasn't anywhere in sight. Hinata, I heard you made it to the finals, Hiyashi said, appearing from their home. Yes, father, I have, Hinata said, giving a quick bow to her father and hoping for some sort of acknowledgement. Very well. Be in the dojo tomorrow no later than 8 o'clock a.m. We begin your training, Hiyashi said in an emotionless tone. This was not the sort of acknowledgement that she had hoped to receive from her father. However, the fact that he was going to train her for the finals had to mean something. Naruto was up early the next morning getting the ramen that he never got last night from Ichiraku. Kakashi then walked inside. Hey, Kakashi-sensei, I have a request. No need to tell me, I already know what you're going to ask, Kakashi said. I already found someone to supervise your training. What? Naruto shouted, waking up half the still asleep village. But I want you! I'm sorry, Naruto, Kakashi apologized, but I have more important things I need to take care of. Humph, you're just planning to train Sasuke, Naruto said, seeing right through Kakashi. Now, don't say it like that. Besides, I found a much more reliable teacher, Kakashi explained. Yeah? Like who? Naruto questioned. Me, a new man said, coming onto the scene. It's you! Naruto shouted and pointed at the man. The closet perv! Ebisu-sensei's a closet perv? Kakashi questioned Naruto's last comment. Why the hell does he have to be my teacher? He's weaker than me in the first place, Naruto explained. I beat this guy before with my harem jutsu. Suddenly, Ebisu covered Naruto's mouth to prevent any more words from coming out. Harem jutsu? Kakashi asked, now seriously confused. It's nothing really, Ebisu said, trying to dispel any suspicion. He turned to Naruto. I'll treat you to all-you-can-eat ramen later on. You better, Naruto responded.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
Kurama said as Naruto agreed with the demon. Haku, Zabuza said, appearing at Haku's apartment. Yes, Zabuza-sama, Haku responded to his former master. So, you made it to Chunin exams. Not bad, Zabuza said. Although you don't really need it. I'll be supervising your training over the next few weeks. I feel like some of these kids are going to be a real handful. Yes, I would very much appreciate that, Haku said politely. With that, Haku had his teacher for the next few weeks. Good. You're here, Hiyashi said, entering the dojo to find Hinata already there. Let's begin, shall we? What are we doing, father? Hinata asked. We are beginning your training. I can't have you embarrassing the Hyuga main branch in front of some very important individuals, Hiyashi said, depressing Hinata with his comment. We need to work on your speed and accuracy. Plus, we need to strengthen your Byakugan so that you can effectively see Tenketsu in battle. Yes, father. Where are we starting then? Hinata asked. First, you are not to deactivate your Byakugan during these training sessions for any reason. This will help initially to strengthen it. We'll begin working on your accuracy and then your speed. Finally, we'll incorporate those with your Byakugan. Just so you know, I expect you to be able to use our family signature stance for the finals. Hinata knew what this meant. He'll be hammering the 8 trigram stances into her head for these next few weeks. Shikamaru woke up after his alarm had been going on for the past 3 hours. It really was a troublesome instrument that he had to deal with each morning. Question of the day, by the way, do you guys like What a Drag or Troublesome better? Because in the sub, Shikamaru would always say, man, this is so troublesome. And then in the dub, Shikamaru would say, what a drag. Do you like What a Drag better, or do you like Troublesome better? Let me know in the comments below. Back to the story. I'm surprised you're up this early, Shikaku, Shikamaru's father said to him. Usually you sleep for an extra hour or two. Well, you know, Asuma-sensei wants me to train for the upcoming match, Shikamaru explained. It really is troublesome. So my opponent is Hinata, Shino thought. Me and his father outside the courtyard of their house. We both know each other's moves rather well, so it'll come up to whoever puts in the most work over these next 4 weeks. Son, are you okay with this? I mean, she is your teammate as Shibiki, Shino's father. I am. We promised each other that we would work hard these next few weeks and fight our hardest when our match came. To be honest, I am looking forward to it, Shino said, laying out more words than he usually does. Kakashi was climbing a rather high cliff, with one hand tied behind his back. He knew he shouldn't have accepted Guy's challenge. Suddenly, his feet slipped and he barely caught himself from falling. Seeing the top, he knew he was almost there. Gate of opening. Open! Kakashi said, gave himself a boost of energy and reached the top. Oh, you're here already. No, you're late as usual, Sasuke said, staying opposite from him atop the towering plateau. Right then. Let's get started, Kakashi said. I'm sure you remember Lee's taijutsu from your Sharingan? I do, but what does that have to do with this? Asked Sasuke. Well, Lee had the right idea. You'll need an extreme amount of speed if you are to defeat Gaara, and to learn what I am going to teach you. Go on, said Sasuke. You know, the reason I want to train you is that, Kakashi said, handing Sasuke a piece of paper. Sasuke knew what this paper was. It was a chakra litmus paper, used to determine the elemental affinity of ninja. Kakashi channeled chakra into his and it crinkled. Sasuke did the same and received the same results. You're the same type as me. Kakashi formed the Chidori in his hand and Sasuke let out a smile. This was going to be interesting. And that's the end of chapter 16. Let's now move on to chapter 17, but before I do, I really like the changes this fanfic made to the original Naruto canon. I like the fact the other villages are in this Chunin exams because I don't know how many people really like the fact that only the Sand Ninja participated in the Chunin exams, and the Sound of course, but that was Orochimaru's thing or whatever. And then there's also the fact that we had moments that were pretty dark here, such as the fact that Nechi tried to kill Choji's future wife, which is pretty interesting, I guess. And the fact that Kurama is an active Naruhina shipper or whatever. That's incredibly funny. But yeah, let me know what you think of this fanfic so far after you finish watching this video, because I know a lot of people, when I first released this series, thought that this was going to be kind of the same as the original Naruto series, but again, I'm telling you, there are a lot of changes that occur, and they start off minor at first, but then there are more and more major changes to the story, and it's actually really, really good. But yeah, let's move on to chapter 17, Jiraiya the Pervy Sage. Here we go. Chapter 17, Jiraiya the Pervy Sage. Why did we come to this place, Naruto said. Are we going to take a bath before we start training? No, we are here to train, said Ebisu. In fact, you see that water over there? This is called the water walking exercise. We're going to use that to work on your basic chakra control. Ebisu demonstrated by gathering some chakra into his feet and took a few steps onto the water. You have got to be kidding me. I already did that damn chakra control exercise, Naruto thought to himself.
Like I said, I had a bad feeling that this guy was going to be completely useless.
Kurama joked. Meh, let's see what he says when I get it first go, replied Naruto. Naruto quickly gathered chakra in his feet and then proceeded to take a few steps out, balancing himself perfectly. You see? Now that wasn't so bad. I must have finally gotten fruity or something, bragged Ebisu. No, I've already done this damn train exercise with Kakashi-sensei, shouted Naruto. Now teach me something useful! said a man with long white hair who was peeping through a hole in the woman's bathing area. Ebisu noticed the man and challenged him for peeping on the innocent girls. I don't know who you are, but I will not forgive such shameless behavior, said charging Ebisu. Huh? Said the man, who turned around and proceeded to summon a toad twice the size as him. Before Ebisu could react, the toad wrapped his tongue around Ebisu and flung him halfway across the hot spring that they were training at. Keep it quiet. What are you going to do if I get caught? Ebisu was on the ground, unconscious. Closet pervert is unconscious. Who is this open pervert? Thought Naruto.
That was embarrassing,
responded Kurama. He's totally knocked out. I knew this guy was a weakling, Naruto thought, the fox agreeing to every word. Who the hell are you? And what's with that huge frog? Shouted Naruto. The mystery pervert got into some sort of stance. Thanks for asking. Mount Miyaboku Gama's Holy Master Sage, also known as the Toad Sage, the pervert said. I am Jiraiya! Hey, pervy sage, what did you do? He was supposed to train me, said Naruto. It's because he got in the way of my work, Jiraiya said. I'm a writer working on a novel. Jiraiya pulled out a book from his robe that read Icha Icha Paradise. Gah! I know that book, shouted Naruto, remembering Kakashi-sensei. Oh, so you know? I must be getting pretty famous, smirked Jiraiya. That's a nasty book, screamed Naruto. And what the hell do you mean by work? All you were doing was peeping on those women, you pervert! You fool! I am not just a pervert, responded Jiraiya. Peeping gives me inspiration for my writing. You liar! What a lame excuse, said Naruto with a clenched fist. Now what the hell are you going to do about my training?
Hey kid, you want some of my chakra to beat this pathetic guy up?
Snickered Kurama. No thanks, I don't need that much to beat this perv, responded Naruto to the laughing fox. Training? Questioned Jiraiya. You mean that water walking exercise? So you know about it, said Naruto. Then take responsibility and help me with my training. I hate disrespectful brats, and I don't like men, shouted Jiraiya. Well, I mean that Icha Paradise book is so cool, lied Naruto. Liar, that book is for adults, said the perverted sage. Compliments will get you nowhere. I'm a sage, not some fool, you annoying brat.
Hate to say it, kid, but there's only one way to beat this pervert.
Naruto sighed, agreeing with the fox. Sexy jutsu! Naruto transformed into a busty woman whose privates were barely covered by a thin layer of smoke. I like you, shouted Jiraiya, with a perverted look on his face. Both Naruto and the fox thought of him as an idiot. Wow, my kind of girl. What do you call this jutsu? It's my sexy jutsu, the female Naruto said with a seductive tone. What creativity! You're a genius, staged Jiraiya. I get the feeling all adult men are weak against this jutsu, thought Naruto.
Humans are so pitifully embarrassing.
Sadly, Naruto agreed. So, will you help me with my training? The female Naruto said, making herself irresistible as possible. Yes! But on one condition, said Jiraiya. In my presence, You must always be in that form. I knew it! You're just a pervert old man, shouted Naruto. It's not true, kid. I'm not just a pervert, said Jiraiya. He suddenly got a creepy look on his face. I'm a super pervert.
Yep, he's totally crazy. Let's just get out of here, and I'll try to teach you a thing or two,
said Kurama. What good will that do? You're locked up inside my head, shouted Naruto. He was just frustrated. First, Kakashi dumps him onto that Ebisu weakling, and then he meets this creepy pervert. Heh, that was just a joke. I'll look over your training, just do what you were doing before, Jiraiya said. Naruto walked onto the water, doing the exercise perfectly. If you can already do that, then why were you training with that in the first place, Jiraiya asked. Because the closet pervert is an idiot, said Naruto with the Fox 9 in his head. Tell you what. Go take a bath and relax for a little bit. Afterwards, I'll work on teaching you something, Jiraiya said. Yeah, you just want to peep for a little longer, said Naruto. No, really, you look really tense and it will help with the training, explained Jiraiya. As Naruto got into the hot spring near them, Jiraiya noticed a seal on Naruto's stomach. Just as I thought. It's about time I teach him to control the Kyuubi's chakra. About an hour later, Naruto met up with Jiraiya to begin his training. Alright, kid. First, there is something I need you to understand. You have 2 types of chakra. Have you ever felt a special type of chakra? Jiraiya looked over at the collapsed Ebisu. Actually, I think we had better take this guy in.
Really?
Now the fox was getting frustrated after that pointless day. Gaara was sleeping on top of a large statue in the outskirts of Konoha. You sure got me. Don't you sleep, said Dosu, failing to sneak up on Gaara. What do you want, said Gaara with an irritated tone. Well, I was going to kill you as you slept, but since you're awake, we can fight right here. I'll defeat you and have a higher chance of fighting Sasuke, claimed Dosu. I know about your sand attacks. I wonder if it's faster than my sound. He gets bloodthirsty during the full moon, Gaara said mysteriously. Gaara transformed into a large figure, shaking Dosu to the core. What are you? Those were Dosu's last words as a gigantic sand arm slammed down on him, killing him. Naruto was fast asleep. The previous day had been rather stressful, and he needed the rest. Jiraiya was on a building overlooking Naruto's apartment when Ebisu approached him. I'm sorry for taking your pupil, Ebisu, said Jiraiya. Don't worry, I was just surprised. That's all, explained Ebisu. Hokage-sama's been looking for you for a long time without even a trace. It's just surprising that you showed up in the village like this. So, you're here because of Orochimaru? No, said Jiraiya. I just came here to work on my novels. I'm the type that doesn't stick his neck into others' troubles. But you must understand, said Ebisu. Against one of Sannin, another Sannin is needed. We need you, Jiraiya-sama. 2 figures were observing Gaara's killing of Dosu. Wow, so that is what his true identity is, one of the figures said. Yes, but he was a sound ninja. Are you sure? Baki, as soon as team instructor said. It's fine. He was no longer useful, said Kabuto, revealing himself to be a sound ninja. Besides, there is no need for that anymore. My true identity has already been discovered. Then, if they find you with me, our plans to crush the leaf will be ruined, Baki stated. Well, to be accurate, they didn't uncover my identity, said Kabuto. I revealed myself. I wanted to see how the leaf will react. Taking Sasuke afterwards should not be too much of a problem, said Kabuto. Fine, but if it appears you are failing, then we will withdraw, said Baki. The sand will stay in the background until the very end. That is Kase-Kage-sama's will. How can this be? Hayate thought, hiding behind a pillar. Kabuto handed Baki a scroll. Here are our plans. Also, it is about time they know. Our ally, the sand, connected with the sound, thought Hayate. I must inform the Hokage. One more thing. I'll take care of our little rat, said Kabuto. Hayate knew he had been noticed and took off. No, leave him to me. As a partner of the sound, I should do something, Baki said, taking off to catch Hayate. Mr. Examiner, what are you doing here? Baki questioned. Looks like there's no other choice but to fight, Hayate said. Crescent Moon Dance! Hayate drew a sword and swung at Baki, creating the afterimage associated with the move. However, his attack only dug about an inch into Baki's shoulder pad. The leaf-style dance of the Crescent Moon, said Baki. Impressive, to master it at such a young age. However, an actual blade can be stopped, but a blade of wind cannot. Hayate was torn at by numerous wind blades. Shortly after, he lay on the building top, dead. Alright, kid. I'm going to make a technique that will utilize your 2 types of chakra. You remember our talk from yesterday, right? Asked Jiraiya. Yeah, Naruto said. Alright, then try and release that special chakra right now, Jiraiya said.
Ugh, it's like he wants me to just sit on command,
Kurama said. Yeah, you know what to do, fought Naruto back to his tenant. Suddenly Jiraiya was thrown back by a burst of the Kyuubi's chakra coming from Naruto. Wow, he was able to release it like that? Thought surprised Jiraiya. Well, this could be interesting. Well, it seems like you already know about the chakra's source, said Jiraiya to Naruto. Yeah, I know, replied Naruto. Does that mean you know about Fuzzball too?
Fuzzball? Really?
Replied the fox, seriously annoyed at Naruto's comment. It's not like I could just say out loud that you're inside me. I have to keep it somewhat discreet, thought Naruto back to his demon inhabitant. Jiraiya nodded. Let me ask you, how do you know about the Kyuubi? Well, we kind of met back during this mission to the Land of Waves. He's really not that bad once you get to know him, explained Naruto. What? What do you mean not that bad? He's a demon fox that attacked our village, shouted Jiraiya, trying to catch his breath. It was really all a big misunderstanding, said Naruto. He didn't want to attack the village, but was forced by some sort of powerful genjutsu. Powerful genjutsu? Jiraiya thought for a minute. The only one in history who had the power to control the Kyuubi was Madara Uchiha, and he's dead. Well, apparently he came back that night and attacked the village. The fox told me something about a guy in a mask controlling him with a chakra that felt like that Madara guy, said Naruto. Then what my informant told me might just be true. This is something I'm going to have to look into, Jiraiya thought. Alright, kid, I'll bite. Just let me make sure that your seal is still secure. The last thing we want is the fox getting free because of your carelessness and wrecking the entire village, said Jiraiya. Naruto made the seal visible on his stomach and Jiraiya took a detailed look at it. It seemed to check out, but he would still be keeping a close eye on it for the time being.
It seems like he doesn't fully trust me,
said Kurama. No dip. He thinks you're a bloodthirsty demon who purposely attacked the village, Naruto said.
Now I feel insulted. I would normally just leave him to his research, but he might know something about the key. Let's just play it quiet for a little.
So, I guess you know then that the Kyuubi's chakra mixes with your own, giving you massive chakra reserves, asked Jiraiya. Naruto just nodded. Now I'm going to teach you a technique that will make use of that massive chakra source that you have, he explained. There are a lot of techniques that are perfect for you, that require a lot of power, like this summoning jutsu I want to teach you. Summoning jutsu, Naruto asked? Yeah. You sign a contract in blood with various life forms and call them forth within jutsu when needed, explained Jiraiya. It's a type of space-time ninjutsu. Is this summoning contract like what you and I signed, said Naruto to Kurama?
No, our contract was different. I'll explain to you a different day. Focus on the summoning contract, as it could actually prove useful. If this contract is with toads, then I know the potential behind it. Let's just say my back is still sore from this giant toad laying on top of me when I was out last,
explained Kurama. Giant toad? Thought Naruto, now really excited. Oh, sounds awesome! Teach me, jumped to joy's Naruto. First, you have to use up all your chakras so we can have access to that second type of chakra. The Kyuubi's, explained Jiraiya. Heh, I can tap into the Kyuubi's chakra whenever I want, said Naruto. Wait, what? Shouted Jiraiya. Naruto sighed. He felt like he should make a recording of this so he wouldn't have to repeat himself. Naruto told Jiraiya everything that had transpired between him and the fox, back in the Land of Waves. Jiraiya was dumbfounded. He never expected the Kyuubi to be one to cooperate with its host. Okay, kid, just tell me, who else knows about this? Just my teammates, Sasuke, Sakura, and Haku, Naruto said. I had to use the Kyuubi's power to protect them from the snake freak. Orochimaru, I think? So Orochimaru is up to no good, Jiraiya thought. However, I can't use it all the time. The more chakra I have to pull from him, the more it stresses my body, Naruto explained. That makes sense. Just promise me to be extremely careful when using it. There are some people in this village who will try and take advantage of you if they know you have control of the fox's chakra, explained Jiraiya. Well, that is with the fox's chakra cloak. Is it okay if I just use small bursts of his chakra, asked Naruto? Jiraiya thought for a little bit. He knew that in order to use the summoning jutsu, Naruto would have to tap into the fox's chakra. Small bursts, as long as you don't prolong the presence of excess demon chakra in your system or take on that fox cloak you were talking about, explained Jiraiya. Gotcha. Now, can we get back to that summoning jutsu, asked Naruto impatiently. Alright, now watch closely, said Jiraiya. He bit his finger, drawing a bit of blood, and made a few hand seals. Summoning jutsu! The frog from yesterday appeared beneath Jiraiya, with Jiraiya on its head. Oh! That's from yesterday, shouted Naruto. The frog handed him a scroll that was in his mouth. Naruto laid it down and unfurled it, revealing the contract. This is a Toe contract that's been passed down many generations. Write your name in blood and then press down your fingerprints in blood, explained Jiraiya. Then focus chakra in the hand you signed the contract with and press it downward. The hand seals are boar, dog, bird, monkey, sheep. Alright, like this? Naruto asked. Jiraiya nodded and Naruto went for the hand seals. Summoning jutsu! Yo kid, you got any snacks? Said a small orange toad. It talks! Shouted Naruto, pointing at the talking toad. Oh, Gamakichi? I didn't expect him to summon you here, said Jiraiya. He then let out a little laugh. I was expecting the kid to summon a tadpole or something. Gamakichi laughed along with Jiraiya, and so was the fox. Naruto just stood there, slightly frustrated. Jiraiya explained to Gamakichi that he had chosen Naruto to be the next Toad summoner. Soon after, Gamakichi left, returning back to Mount Miyaboku. The rest of the morning, Naruto spent trying to get a feel for how much chakra to put into his summoning Gamakichi at least 2 more times, who was becoming increasingly irritated at these constant summonings. Thankfully, Jiraiya had a few snacks on him to keep the small toad cooperating. Alright, Naruto, try putting a little more chakra into it, instructed Jiraiya. Naruto forced some more of his own chakra into the summon. By the end of the day, he had managed to summon the same toad that Jiraiya had managed to summon to attack the closet perv. I wonder, thought Jiraiya. Hey Naruto, how much longer do you have until the finals? Huh? Oh, just over 3 weeks. Why? Replied Naruto. Maybe he can do it. He was able to do pretty well on the toad summoning, thought Jiraiya. Are you up for a challenge? Do you want to learn a cool jutsu? Huh? Cool jutsu? It only took a few seconds for Naruto's brain to connect the dots. Cool jutsu? Teach me! Jeez, calm down, kid, said Jiraiya, trying to restrain the jumping boy. He didn't understand how this kid still had energy from an entire day of summoning. Alright, just watch closely now. Jiraiya held out his palm and focused chakra into it. A blue orb of spiraling chakra began to form as Naruto's eyes widened. Turning to a tree, Jiraiya took the orb and slammed it into the trunk. The orb shredded the tree upon contact, leaving a splintered stump in its place. Wow! Was all Naruto could get out.
I take that back. Maybe this guy isn't so useless after all,
The fox admitted for once. What was that? Asked Naruto, now more excited than ever. If Sakura had walked up to him and asked him on a date, he would not know of it. That, Naruto, was one of the Yondaime Hokage's original jutsu, explained Jiraiya. It's called the Rasengan. Just so you know, in terms of difficulty, this jutsu is a high A rank. Alright, watch me. I'll have the thing mastered by tomorrow, claimed Naruto. Kid, this jutsu, it took the young Daime 3 years to develop. It took me a month after he taught it to me. I told you this was going to be a challenge, said Jiraiya. I'll be surprised if you have it down within a few months, and it will take a miracle for anyone to get it down in a month, let alone in time for the finals. Humph! Then I'll have it down by the finals, believe it, he declared. Suddenly, Naruto felt weak as his legs collapsed and he fell to the ground. It was about time he passed out after expending so much chakra. About 30 minutes later, Naruto woke up to the pervy sage carrying him on his back. Naruto saw the door to his apartment just ahead of him. Why are we here? I thought we were going to start on that jutsu, he asked wearily. Not today, Naruto, said Jiraiya. You're going to need to be fully rested for this, and I don't have the necessary items to start training. So when do we start? The blonde asked. Meet me tomorrow afternoon at the same place. We'll begin then, Jiraiya said, putting Naruto down just outside his room as the blonde entered for a good night's rest. And that's the end of chapter 17. Pretty good chapter, and next chapter we're going to see Naruto learn the Rasengan. And by learn the Rasengan, I mean he's going to learn the Rasengan earlier than he did in canon, which is pretty interesting. My real question today, or I guess the second question today, is do you think Naruto should have learned the Rasengan before the third round of the Chunin exams? Let me know in the comments below. Now, without further ado, let's get right into Chapter 18, Rasengan. Here we go. Chapter 18, Rasengan. Here, said Jiraiya, setting down 2 large stacks full of water balloons in front of Naruto. What are these for? Asked Naruto, taking a water balloon and examining it. Training, replied Jiraiya. Naruto had no idea what the pervy sage was talking about. Okay, watch. Jiraiya took one of the balloons, and Naruto watched as he swirled the water in the balloon with his chakra until the balloon burst. Whoa! Exclaimed the hyperactive blonde ninja. Jiraiya explained to Naruto to burst the balloon by swirling the water using only his chakra. Now, you already know the water walking exercise and the tree climbing exercise. The tree climb exercise teaches you to maintain a certain amount of chakra by focusing your mind and keeping that concentration. The water walking exercise releases a fixed amount of chakra continuously. For this, use the water walking technique to spin the water with a continuous flow. Spin the water with a continuous flow? Asked Naruto. Let's see, thought Jiraiya for a second. Alright, first use a tree climb exercise to maintain a moderate amount of chakra in your hands, and then use the water walking exercise to release and spin it continuously. Naruto had the idea now. Basically, he had to continuously spin it until it boiled and the balloon burst. Jiraiya explained that there were about 150 water balloons in the bag, and he would only teach Naruto the second step in learning the Rasengan once all the balloons were popped with Naruto's chakra. Before returning to his research, Jiraiya explained that Naruto would probably need both hands to control the chakra at first, but should then work on controlling it with a single hand after the first few balloons. The rest of the day consisted of Naruto trying to burst the balloon. However, all he managed to do was get the water to swirl in a single direction. While the balloon was deforming, it was nowhere near what Jiraiya's balloon had looked like. Jiraiya's balloon had multiple points, chaotically erupting out of it until the balloon finally burst. Naruto's balloon only deformed until it was an elongated disc. It wasn't until late the next day that Naruto finally got an idea on how to do the first step. Tor, the demon cat of the hidden leaf, came upon Naruto train and found a stray water balloon. Hey, give that back, you damn cat! Screamed Naruto as Tor began playing with the balloon, knocking it back and forth until the balloon burst, soaking the cat. The burst scared Tor off, but Naruto had an idea. He took a balloon in one hand and began focusing his chakra. I wonder if the kid learned anything, thought Jiraiya, whose attention had been momentarily averted from the bikini-clad girls in the river next to their train area. Naruto did, as he clasped the balloon in both hands and began swirling the chakra, creating different directions of the swirl. A few moments later, the balloon burst. Yeah! I did it! Shouted the excited ninja.
Keep it down there. I'm trying to take a nap,
said Kurama. While he was trying to take a nap, he had been keeping an eye on his Jinchuriki's progress. Well, too bad. I'm now one step closer to getting that awesome jutsu down, so stop complaining, replied Naruto. Suddenly, Naruto heard a rustling in the bushes as Kiba came running out. Oh, Naruto? Said Kiba, wondering why Naruto was there. However, his head refocused on a task at hand. Hey, have you seen that damn cat anywhere? I could have sworn I smelled it, but it faded off. Cat? Oh, you mean Tora, asked Naruto as Kiba nodded. The Hokage gave me and Ino that mission. Thanks to you, I'm stuck doing missions without my team for next month, said Kiba, referring to the fact that both of his teammates were in the finals and that they had the entire month off from mission work to train, while he had been eliminated by Naruto. Naruto told him that Tora came running through here a few minutes ago, and soaked itself with one of his water balloons. Unfortunately, this wiped most of the scent on Tora, and it would be a bit before the scent was strong enough again. That cat was seriously becoming a Genin's bane as Kiba took off in the direction that Naruto directed him in. So, it looks like you got it, said Jiraiya. Naruto nodded in excitement. Alright, now only 149 more balloons to go. Jiraiya smiled as Naruto's spirits dropped. He had been hoping to move on to the next stage, but now he had to repeat the same thing for all 149 remaining balloons. Hinata was in her family dojo training with her father. He was trying to get her level of gentle fists up to par before the finals, for she had something to prove here. Before she informs him that she had made the finals, practically no one in the Hyuga clan had expected Hinata to make it that far. Most of the members of the main family saw her as a disappointment, and felt that she should just forfeit now before she embarrassed the name of the Hyuga in the finals, in front of many powerful lords. At first, Hinata was thinking to give into the taunts of some members of the main branch, but she decided to push herself to improve, thinking, what would Naruto do? He had told her that she was strong, and that was all that mattered. While most of the main family had decided to taunt her and call her weak during the past week, her father had actually offered to train her again. Hiyashi did not want to give up his daughter's training years ago, feeling that once he managed to take away her self-confidence issue, that she would begin to blossom as a powerful shinobi. However, the pressure from the rest of the main family forced him to take up Hanabi as a student and potential heir. Before he began training Hinata, her sensei Kurenai had informed him that Hinata had made it. Hiyashi was surprised that Hinata managed to pull it off and demanded Kurenai tell him of her exam. She explained that her opponent was a rather strong ninja from the Sand Village, and that Hinata had managed to best him in combat. Asking what it was that finally gave her the push to do this, Kurenai's answer surprised Hiyashi. It was Naruto. He was the one who encouraged Hinata to do her best, and he was the one who told her to just ignore Neji's taunts, and he was the one who brought out her strength. During their train, Hiyashi could see the determination that Naruto's words had implanted in Hinata were still there as she was finally pushing herself, and she was finally showing progress. It was getting later in the day, and he had been working with Hinata since early in the morning. Hinata, that's enough for today, said Hiyashi to his panting daughter. No, I can't. Keep going, she replied. Apparently, a bit of confidence wasn't the only thing Naruto gave her. She was displaying a small amount of stubbornness. Whether you can or cannot, you have made good progress this week. I must say that I actually am impressed, complimented Hiyashi. This was one of the first times that she had heard something like this come out of his mouth. Take tomorrow to rest and we'll pick up the day after. I think you have enough accuracy and speed now that we can begin the 8 trigrams. But you should rest first, as the train will only get more difficult. Hinata understood staying and bowing before her father and leaving the dojo. Outside, Hinata met up with one of the few truly friendly faces she had known in the Hyuga clan, Ko, her personal caretaker, and one of her closest friends. Ko was one of the few Hyuga who truly believed that she had talent and was always encouraging her to do her best. It wasn't until just recently that he had truly began to see drastic improvement in her skills. He offered to treat the young girl to dinner at a place that was known for its sweets and desserts, knowing that Hinata had quite the sweet tooth. For Ko, tonight was also a celebration, as he had learned that his wife was now pregnant, and that they would be expecting their first child in about 8 months. Returning home, Hinata entered the house and proceeded to her room. Passing the dojo, she heard her father's voice and the voice of some of the clan elders. She couldn't clearly make out the conversation, however, she could make out the purpose of the conversation going on. Basically, the clan elders had been questioning Hiyashi's decision to train Hinata, declaring her a failure. Hiyashi, on the other hand, was defending his daughter, claiming that she was finally showing the potential that would make her into a strong shinobi. As the conversation came to a close, one of the elders suggested that Hinata should just be branded and that would be the end of it. They claimed that there was no room in the main family for someone as weak as she was. Again, Hiyashi refuted that. "Nissan, why are you crying?" asked Hanabi, finding her big sister staying near the door of the dojo. It's nothing, Hanabi," replied Hinata. "They still think I am weak. But wait, Father believes in me. I won't let him down, and I won't let you down, Naruto." Hinata turned to her sister. "I'm going out for a bit. Please don't tell anyone." Hinata told Hanabi, who agreed not to say anything. The next day, Naruto spent finishing off the remaining water balloons. He had required both hands for about the first 50, but then found it becoming increasingly easier to pop the balloons with one hand once he got the feel for the proper control and release of chakra. Jiraiya decided to call it a day for training, as now he had to go and find the required item for the next step of the Rasengan. Besides, Naruto's hands were burning from the constant release of chakra for the past 3 days. "Hey, Pervy Sage, so what's step 2? Asked an over-anxious Naruto the next day. "This," said Jiraiya, throwing Naruto a hollow rubber ball, much to Naruto's disappointment. Jiraiya then took a rubber ball himself and proceeded to pop it like the water balloon. The first step was to get the spin down. The second step is to add power. If there is no water, it is hard to feel the chakra, so it is hard to power it up or control it. Now here's a bag with 150 rubber balls. You know what to do." I wonder if it is the same skill set as the last step, thought Naruto. "Alright, I'll let you work on it then," said Jiraiya, returning to his research. "Wait!" shouted Naruto. "Didn't you say that you were going to train me?" "I said I'd teach you. Don't misunderstand me. I never said it would be that simple," responded Jiraiya. "You need to be able to depend on yourself. That is how you'll become strong. If you can't work out things yourself, then the most you'll come up with are perverted ninjutsu." "Speaking of which, don't even think about it, you old pervert," replied Naruto, knowing exactly what Jiraiya was thinking. Naruto spent the next 2 days trying to pop the ball, while Jiraiya just sat there peeping at the girls in the river next to them. It was getting late in the evening, and Naruto was really beginning to feel the burn. "Damn it! The damn ball won't break no matter how much I try," thought Naruto, who was now lying on the ground as a sharp pain was running through his arms. "Every time I let my chakra flow like that, a pain runs down my arms and hands like my nerves are being prodded. The more I increase the chakra, the worse the pain gets."
Perhaps that's the key to this step. It's kind of like what I do with my tailed beast ball. I build up my chakra until I can no longer contain it, and I release it all at once,
explained Kurama. "Tail beast ball?" asked Naruto.
It's probably the strongest attack I have, capable of destroying mountains.
"Whoa! Can you teach it to me?" Naruto asked, now wanting to learn yet another jutsu.
Not until we can fully merge our powers, Kit,
replied the fox.
Anyways, try that. Build up as much chakra as you can, and release it all at once.
Alright, here we go. Build the chakra up until I can't bear the pain anymore, thought Naruto. He gathered the chakra. The pain in his arms increased until it was at the point of breaking. Naruto then took all that chakra and gripped the ball, forcing it into the ball space between his hands. The ball deformed, and finally a small hole in the side opened up, and the ball deflated as Naruto dropped to his knees out of breath. "Oh, looks like you've got at least the basics of it," said Jiraiya, turning his attention back to Naruto. Unfortunately for him, the girls had left for the day. "What are you talking about? All I did was make a small hole," replied a slightly depressed Naruto. "Oh, don't be so stubborn. You've come a long way, getting the first 2 steps done in about a week's time," replied Jiraiya. "You have the basics, so the rest is just a simple trick." Jiraiya took out his brush and drew a small spiral in the center of Naruto's hand. "Huh? What's this?" asked the curious Naruto. "What do you mean by this is the hint?" Jiraiya held up a blank piece of paper in front of Naruto. "Look here at this paper," said Jiraiya. Naruto took a look at it until Jiraiya put it down. Then he drew the same swirl in the center of the paper that he had drawn on Naruto's hand. Naruto looked again. "So what?" asked Naruto. "It's not that complicated. When I held up the blank paper, you looked at the entire thing as a whole, right?" Naruto nodded his head. "But when you looked at the paper with the dot, where's your attention drawn to?" Suddenly, a bright light bulb went off in Naruto's head, practically blinding Kurama.
Damn, kid. It's times like this when I'm glad you don't have a lot of bright ideas,
joked the fox. Naruto's sweat dropped on the outside as Jiraiya just questioned what he was thinking about. "It's nothing, just a damn fuzzball that lives in my head," said Naruto.
Oh, come on, kid. Have a sense of humor.
"Alright, so what are you saying is to focus on one point?" asked Naruto. Not bad." Jiraiya began his explanation. "When the paper is blank, there is no clear target and your gaze is unstable. Now, when I drew the dot on it, your attention was drawn to the center. Your target became clear and your eyes follow it. This is called the concentration of one. You become closer to a state where you can draw maximum power because your mind is focused and calm. When you made that hole in the ball, you must have focused a lot of chakra into the palm of your hand and pushed the power to the limit." "Alright, so focus all chakra in my palm onto that one dot?" asked Naruto. Jiraiya nodded. Picking up one more ball for the night, Naruto did as he was instructed. Focusing as much chakra as he could muster around that one point in the palm of his hand, when he released it, the ball deformed for a few seconds before exploding in a loud burst. "Yeah! I did it!" shouted Naruto as he began to feel weak and dizzy again. He collapsed to his knees, having used up too much chakra. "Alright, Naruto, take a break. We'll continue tomorrow," said Jiraiya. "No, I can keep going," panted Naruto. He then heard a grumble come from his stomach. Perhaps a break was a good thing. The two of them found themselves at Naruto's favorite restaurant in town, Ichiraku Ramen. Jiraiya was both amazed and disgusted by the amount of ramen this kid could consume, leaving just over a dozen bowls on the counter. "Damn, this kid is just like his mother when it comes to ramen," thought Jiraiya, remembering a few things. The next day, Naruto was able to pop the remaining balls. Like the water balloons, he spent the first 50 or so balls using both his hands to contain the chakra, but found himself able to use one hand after gaining the feel for it. "Alright! What's next?" shouted Naruto after finishing up on the last ball. Jiraiya pulled out an uninflated balloon and blew it up. "Another balloon?" thought depressed Naruto as Jiraiya tossed it to him. "The first step was to spin it and the second step was power," explained Jiraiya. "The third step is this." He held the balloon in his hand and got the chakra spinning. Naruto was staring intently at the balloon, but nothing was happening. "What the heck is this?" screamed Naruto. "It may seem like I'm holding the balloon the same way, but watch." Jiraiya pulled out a needle and popped the balloon. Inside, Naruto saw it. Inside the balloon was the Rasengan. Whoa! Inside the chakra was spiraling rapidly and increasing in pace, but it maintained a perfect orb, exclaimed Naruto. Even with that much power inside, the balloon didn't even twitch until the Purdy Sage popped it. There must be more power and speed than when I popped the rubber ball. Alright, listen up. This first step is giving all you've got from the first two steps and charging it, explained the Toad Sage. Basically, you max out the spin and power of chakra, but you will maintain a wall to contain it. Ha! So I do the spin exercise from the last step, but try not to pop the balloon, realized Naruto. Naruto spent the rest of the day trying to get the third and final step down, popping many balloons. Damn it! You've got to be kidding me! I've got to control all that I've learned perfectly! Now I can understand. This first step is on a completely different scale, he thought. Naruto had about a week and a half to get the first stage down and be able to use Rasengan until his match with Neji. However, the realization of how difficult this step was starting to wear him. For the past few days, at the same time Naruto was busy with the second stage, Hiyashi had begun to instruct Hinata on the 8 trigram stance. Ko had volunteered to be the practice dummy, quote-unquote, when Hiyashi went to demonstrate the technique. Gentle fist, 8 trigram, 64 palms, Hiyashi called out as he struck Ko with 64 rapid and precise strikes. Ko collapsed to his knees after taking the attack. Hiyashi had reduced the power of the chakra burst to the bare minimum so Hinata could see, but that still didn't mean it didn't hurt. Ko! Shouted Hinata, running to his side and beginning to open up the chakra points. I'm fine, Hinata-sama. I am doing this for your benefit, so it does not bother me, explained Ko, as he found his way back to his feet. For the next few days, Hiyashi was instructing Hinata on the first Furry 2 strikes. However, there was one major problem. Hinata would not use the chakra burst. Hiyashi knew why. She was still too gentle and did not want to hurt Ko, even after he begged her to use them. If Hinata would not use the chakra burst in training, there was no way to tell if her strikes were effective. He had to think of another way. And that is the end of the last chapter of this video, Chapter 18, Rasengan. I hope you all enjoyed this fanfic reading. Again, shout out to my social medias that are in the description. Shout out to my Twitter patrons, Gabe Tidwell and Night Slasher. Actually, Night Slasher is my $21.15 patron, so shout out to him. And shout out to my $10 patrons, they're on screen. Shout out to my community tab. I run a pretty decent meme page, I would say. I think it's decent. And then stay tuned for videos this week. I will be probably releasing What Kakashi Was in Chia Part 4 this week. A Naruto Bad Takes Episode 2. And I also have a little special comedic style Naruto What If that I think a lot of you guys are going to find pretty hilarious. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, share the video. This has been your boy, the Anime Sage, signing out. Peace. Cue the outro.
Still gonna fight for what I love, still gonna die for what I love, still gonna try, I won't give up, still gonna fight until I've won. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left, and I'm not giving in, I will not let